I think the biggest misconception with parental alienation is people think that a parent is talking badly about the other parent, and that's not always the case. I'm going to use the book Divorce Poison by Dr. Richard Warshak to go into a little more detail about this and explain it better. Parents can communicate negative messages about the target without telling a single lie, even without lodging a single criticism. Suggestions can be just as powerful when conveyed without words. Behavior and gestures do the job. A father and his new wife constantly roll their eyes and smirk when the children speak about their activities with their mother. The disapproval is obvious. Over time, the children either adopt the same critical attitude toward their mother or learn to avoid speaking about her in their father's home. The only time I was talked about during that year of the protection order was they were told about the things I was being accused of in court, which was all nasty, negative things. Nothing positive was ever said about me. And eventually, the negative will crowd out the positive. If you don't, it's like a ledger, you have to have it balanced. So eventually, my girls aligned their feelings up with their father and stepmother, their thoughts and opinions. And because of that, my girls had told me in counseling also that I was never talked about. Mom was never talked about, other than what I was getting accused of in court. So they just took that as it was bad to talk about mom. They shouldn't talk about mom. So it was never brought up. They would just never talk about me. So once those feelings and opinions align, they start saying that they don't want to see the parent, right? They start rejecting. So again, referencing the book Divorce Poison, it says, the respect for the child's choice is another popular rationalization used by most parents in the later stages of brainwashing. Once a child has been successfully alienated from the target, the programming parent sits back and disavows any role in the conflict. When the child protesting the mother, the father says, that is her choice. As an enlightened parent, he respects her autonomy. He fails to facilitate the contact. But curiously, father's permissiveness seems to operate only in this sphere. He sends his daughter to school even when she feels like staying home. He would never allow her to avoid a checkup because she was afraid of the doctor. And before divorce, when she protested going somewhere with her mother, he insisted she do as she was told. But now, after months of programming, when the daughters resist spending a weekend with their mother, her choice is elevated to the status of a sacred precept, with her precept not with under any circumstances to be violated. I stumbled there at the end, but you get the point. So all of a sudden, that's the most important thing, but all those other things he would never allow. So hopefully that answers the question. I think the biggest